Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I thought I would come up here, give you all a little bit of an update as to what's going on. I had something come up with the car. Unfortunately, no, it's not an accident or anything like that. Basically, my contract has been put on hold. I wasn't able to make this week's payment, or I guess last week's payment, basically, because my contract was put on hold because the Uber inspection needs to be done. I know I kept getting these notifications in the app about it, but I wasn't too sure what was going on, because I know this is about the time of year that one of my old cars was also due, so I wasn't too sure if maybe there was just a glitch that was in the system, because every time I would get the notification, I hit on it and it'd pop over and come up with an error message. So I'm like, okay, so what the hell's going on? So, and at the same time, the car started yelling at me, oh, maintenance is coming up due, and then sure enough, popped up, and I need to get the oil change done. So I can't pay the rent on the car until I get that inspection done, and I have to take it to the rental location. Now, I can't just go to any of them. I have to go to that rental location. And unfortunately, they're not open on the weekends, and I told them that, they wanted me, they're asking Monday morning, and I'm like, I have doctor's appointments all day. The earliest I'd be able to do is Tuesday. So I just don't want to run into possibility of having getting locked out of the car or what have you. I'm all the way down in Rochester. Right, not a good situation. I mean, they put the notation on my account and everything, but, shit happens. So, all in all, and then on top of it, I just feel like I just couldn't justify putting a couple hundred miles on the car at least, 2 days in a row. So, basically 400 miles on the car, and it needs an oil change. I just, trying to justify that to, the rental car company, I'm like, yeah. I just don't want to run that chance anyway. Plus, of course, I still have this week's rent due with the car as well. So, and I don't know if with taking it in, say on Tuesday, if they're going to require that I have that payment due for this week at that time. It's a lot, and then on top of it, trying to make all these doctor's appointments, down there at Mayo in Rochester, and then I start the respiratory therapy tomorrow afternoon, and unfortunately, even with just getting the car in Tuesday morning, I'm running the risk of running behind. I'd have to be out of there by noon in order to be able to make my appointment down there, this and that and everything. And I'm trying to work at the same time in hopes I can at least get close to the monetary amount that's going to be due, possibly Tuesday, definitely by Wednesday. All this shit, because I'm sure they're probably going to be bringing up the fact that I've been taking advantage of that little grace period. I anticipate that. If they don't, okay, great, but I wouldn't be the least surprised. So, here I sit. And I went out to work last night. I was going strong and everything. But then I started getting closer to midnight, and I was feeling it big time. Really, really feeling it. And, I was falling asleep. I was breathing heavy. I was, dragging my body back behind me, all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's time to go home. For those of you who don't know, well, first of all, if you're just joining, welcome. And if you don't know what in the world is going on, I've been dealing with breathing difficulties for the last 3 years after having a respiratory virus at that time. So that's why I'm here in Minnesota. I was living in Vegas at the time, and I'm pretty much moved here to Minnesota, at least temporarily, so I could, got myself established, got, driver's license and everything here, and health insurance here, so I could get down there to Mayo. I'm staying with friends, so it's like, yeah. But, yeah, I'm feeling it a little bit. I've had some storms going through, and we had some more going through. Temperatures have been pretty chilly. I've been getting the little notification on the dashboard letting me know, oh, be careful, roads may be icy, I've noticed that when the dashboard is picking up that it's about 37 degrees outside, it starts flashing that notification. And we got rain Friday night. Roads were still a little slick out there last night, and when I got home, there was some frost on the ground. So yeah, it's understandable why it would. And there was there were some locations where it was just, I was fishtailing a little bit here and there, but it's like, it wasn't too bad. But still, it was just kind of like, but it's all right. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It makes me a little bit nervous with knowing that winter's coming, and I haven't ever driven in these sorts of conditions before. I mean, I have experience in the past of driving ice and snow. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Hey, need to do it? You need to do it. It's a natural biological function. Get over it. That's why I look at it. But anyway, but as far as this extreme is concerned with here, never done it before, but the way I look at it is, hey, it's part of life, Nobody's born knowing how to drive in this, so, all right, let's learn. That's the way I look at it. So, but anywho, in the meantime, also, I got my diamond status back on with my Uber account, so I'm in the top tier, which means that now I will get I'll have first access basically to all the top orders. So, all the highest paying orders. So it's like, in the immediate area that I'm in, happen to be in at that moment. So if it comes in, then I'll get basically top billing. So, and it does pay off. I saw that last night too. And I was there a few times before, but I let my account slide, either take time off or had to take time out or what have you, like when I moved here. But I got that back last night, so that's good. Still dealing with this stuff here, as you can see, a little bit. I am not taking the Benadryl anymore because of, what had happened. But I know that I've got it out of my bloodstream. Now it's just a matter of getting rid of it topically. So I got some hydrocortisone cream, some generic stuff or whatever. Talked to the pharmacist and, asking her recommendation to explain what happened and everything. And she's just like, yeah, do that one. And I got that one because it's for sensitive skin. So it's like, okay. So anyway, that, and just to let you know, don't be expecting any Mayo updates anytime soon because of everything that's going on, especially with the car and everything that happened last week and everything. I'm just tired, especially after last night. I'm like, I had to come home, I was about halfway there to making what I was trying to make and everything, but I'm like, I had to come home. I was too dangerous of a situation. I knew I didn't belong out there. So I thought about it. I was going to try, do both at the same time, or take care of everything at the same time and everything. But I'm like, after that happened last night, I'm like, something's got to give. So I thought about it overnight, and then this morning I was being woken up. For those of you who don't know, I'm also a type 1 diabetic, and I kept being woken up with low blood sugars with my glucose sensor that I wear, and that alarm kept going off. So I got sleep, don't get me wrong, but not as much as what I really needed. So I'm a little bit tired too. And it's like I was going to work to make that maximum last night, and then could just go out for a few hours tonight, so I could be up at 3, come home, be up at 3 o'clock in the morning to leave at 5. I need time to wake up. First thing, especially that early in the morning. I need time to wake up before I hit the road, and also give myself, not just me, but my body a chance to wake up too and get settled and everything. And because my appointment in the morning was at 7:45, and it's about a 2-hour drive down there. And yeah, so leaving about 5:30, something like that, no later than 5:30. And I would have to stop and get gas along too before I head out. But excuse me. But and then come back. Well, I was going to have to be there. I'm assuming probably about an hour, because I had another appointment. I don't remember. I think it was at 9:30 or something. One that I was going to wind up skipping anyway. But anywho, yeah, I'm assuming that it was only going to be about an hour there with the pulmonologist, and then head back, eat a little bit, and then run over to the physical therapy, or excuse me, the respiratory therapy, and I have to be there at 2:15. So I can go through, oh shoot, that reminds me, I got to complete the paperwork that they mailed to me. Oh, brother. That's what I mean. I'm just too much back to back to back. And then I was going to have to turn around and work again, try and get that appointment so I could have the car down there to the car rental place first thing in the morning when they open at 9, and of course fighting rush hour morning traffic, then having to head back down to Rochester by noon to be at that appointment by, what was it, I think 2:45 or some shit. I'm like, and then have to turn, and possibly have to turn around and work again to try and make the appointment or the car payment on time on Wednesday. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, something's got to give. Those appointments were basically made without consulting me and to begin with. Not that I'm complaining or anything. I was willing to do it and so forth, but ultimately it's like, you know what? It's too much. And this situation is too important with the car. I've got to take care of this car. I've got to go to that respiratory therapy. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just cancel these appointments. I couldn't reschedule. In order to reschedule, you had to actually call them. But at least I was able to go onto my account and cancel. And they gave you some options as to the reason why you're canceling. I just put travel delays. I'm not lying. It's basically what it is. It's travel delays. Because it's the situation with the car. And I figure, okay, I'll just give them a call probably on Tuesday. Once, I'll find out what sort of schedule I'm looking at with the respiratory therapy. And then I'll find out what happens with the car comes Tuesday morning. And then I can see about rescheduling for those other appointments. That's the way I'm looking at it for right now. So, yeah, I need to slow down. Big time. And I did watch, there's one account that I follow on YouTube called Soulful Revolution TV. I've been more checking in with her from time to time if the titles have been, basically she's a psychic reader, tarot reader, or what have you. They're more generalized readings and everything, but, you watch and see if anything resonates or whatever and go from there. And Saturday mornings are always her going around the whole entire zodiac, starting with whatever sign that we're, or sun sign we're in at that particular time. Like right now, we're in Scorpio season. So her readings are starting with Scorpio, and she goes around, does mini readings for each of the signs, and you can watch based off of your sun sign, moon sign, rising, Venus. Those are the ones that she's reading for, but sometimes if there's other ones of your signs that you want to, you can watch those. Like, for instance, I watch my my North Node and my Lilith signs also. A lot of times messages come out that way. So, and of course my Venus sign is same as my Sun sign, so, okay, whatever, you know. But, anywho, I was watching her, that yesterday. It's been probably a good couple months since I've watched one of those readings, something like that anyway. But anyway, I got to my rising sign, which is Leo, and it was, what was really coming out for me with that is just slowing down. And then sure enough, here I am. So I'm like, okay, yeah, advice heard and being taken right now. So of course I don't know what that is going, when those appointments are going to happen again, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. And of course I'll let you know what happens, you know, over the course of the next couple days with everything too. But yeah, that's what's going on. And also, a little surprise happened with me yesterday. Just all of a sudden I had whoosh, a whole bunch of shit at the same time happen. And I'm like, okay. And that's pretty much what this was kind of coming out with my readings yesterday. It's like, okay, my one friend, her and I, we've been friends since junior high, basically 8th grade, so about 35 years, something like that, we've been friends. And she was, anyway, I noticed a new car in the driveway, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's a friend who came over or something like that, because I knew she was at work yesterday. She's a nurse, so I was just like, okay. And then I seen it gone, and then I seen it back again. I'm like, okay. And I see her getting out of the car. I'm like, oh, and that's when I noticed some new tags, had the dealer plate on it and everything. And I went to take trash out. I cleaned my cat. Her name is Possum. I cleaned her litter box yesterday, and I was taking that out, and I seen the temporary tag on the back. I'm like, oh, she got herself a new car. Awesome. And we were talking and so forth, and I'm just like, oh, that would be a great opportunity. She has a daughter, graduated high school earlier this year, basically last school year, and she needs to learn how to drive yet. And I'm like, oh, that would be, her old car would be a great opportunity for her to, go out, and who cares if it gets wrecked all that terribly bad or anything like that, all this sorts of, because I know the car needs some repairs and everything. She was just like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And she was like, actually, I was thinking that I'd offer it to you to buy. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that, because I need a car, But I know that her car, it needs, like I said, it needs some repairs, and a couple of them are kind of costly. And it's also got a lot of miles on it, and I'm just like, I'm not too sure. I need to think on this and everything. She's like, yeah, no problem, just think about it. And I'm like, okay. And she told me a dollar amount that she would be looking for, and it's not that bad of a price, really, without doing a KBB on it. But I was thinking about it. I was kind of back and forth with it last night while I was working, and then something hit me. And I'm like, wait a minute. What about those extended car warranties? So I was checking into that this morning, and from what I with talking with a couple of agents and doing my own research, like through Forbes, Consumer Reports, reputable sources, basically. The monthly payment isn't that bad. I mean, it's really cheap as far as I'm concerned. The deductible isn't that much either, and it's just the waiting period. Actually, the waiting period isn't that bad. It's a combination of two things. It's 30 days and 1,000 miles. Well, 1,000 miles is no big deal for me. I put that on a car in a week because I'm usually driving on average about 200 miles a night, like somewhere between 200-300 miles a night. So 1,000 miles is no big deal. It's just that 30-day thing is concerned. So it's like, okay, no biggie. So a lot of times you'll be able to do unlimited miles, but with the car, because of the amount of miles that it has and so forth, it doesn't qualify. But I'm still going to be getting about 84,000 miles under the coverage. And it would be for 7 years. And I was upfront and honest with them. It is for my primary source of income. I told them what I do. Did change the rate a little bit, but it wasn't all that terribly much. It went up like $9. So, and he was able to find a discount. So, and of course, they're all doing specials right now too. So that's something else that I had noticed. And this one, that the one that I'm really looking at, it was #1 recommended by Forbes. So I'm like, okay. So I'm seriously considering it. At least it would help me get rid of that high dollar amount every single week with this car payment that I have, because I'm paying $342 a week for this rental. That's a lot of money. And if I can maybe see about taking over her car, her old car, and everything, that would be a huge savings. And if anything, I'd be able to take that money, sock it away. So once I'm done with everything with Mayo and so forth, I can go back home. So, because I want to go back home to Vegas. Isn't that right? Somebody woke up. She was in her beddy. You want to say hi? Say hi. There's Queen of the Universe. There she is. Pretty girl. She's the most beautiful girl in the whole wide universe. Yeah. Look at that pretty face. Yeah. She is. And she knows she's the queen of the world. Or at least queen of my world. I know she keeps trying to lick my arm. She's like, "Oh, that smells good, Mom. I want to try it and smell it another way. I want to taste." And it's like, no, it's my hydrocortisone cream, basically. And it's like, nope, not happening. So, yep, there she is. He is. She's such a pretty girl. Yeah, I did notice she needs her nails trimmed. She needs a pedicure a little bit. So, anyway, that's where we're at right now with everything. Like I said, I'll keep you posted with everything that's going on. Like I said, I had to cut something out. And because my body was like, enough's enough. And I saw it. I pushed it as much as I could. No. No, I'll put my arm back there so you can't lick it. I realize it's dry, but it's still got medicine on it. You can't lick that. No. She's like, "But Mom, it smells good. I want to try it." No. But Mom, don't give me that look. Come here. Mwah! Oh. She has to shake me off because I gave her a kiss. Yeah, I know. She's such a little love bug. But at the same point, I have to have it done on my terms. Don't give me kissies and huggies and squishes and everything else that mommies do. Goofy. So, anyway, yeah, like I said, I just need to, I just gotta, yeah. And I don't think I'll have to wait a month like I did before. I'll probably just be able to call and be like, hey, look, and reschedule. Hopefully here within the next week, maybe end of the week, maybe I can do a little bit of a later appointment. That would be nice, instead of 7 o'clock in the morning. Maybe I can do a little bit later. Maybe I might even be able to, I don't know if I'll be able to do twice in one day, because I'm sure that the primary physician will probably want to, have opportunity to review things and so forth. And the way I look at this too is this will give me a chance to go to the respiratory therapy, see if it's actually going to be something that's going to be doable, if it's actually going to help or not, and I can give some feedback to them, and go from there. So, that's kind of the way I look at it as well. So, like I said, I'll keep you posted with everything, and go from there. Okay? I know we were all looking forward to me going there tomorrow morning and the next day, but I can't do it. All this came up with the car yesterday, basically. And, I went up there to try and make the payment up online, and it said, sorry, we can't process your payment right now, you have to call. And I called, and they're like, oh, yeah, I see the rental location put the hold on my contract. And I'm just like, great. So, anywho, yeah, that's where we're at right now with everything. And Angie, she had to work today. She didn't initially. She didn't. She does dialysis, and she didn't have any runs today initially. But then she got called in, so I think she's off tomorrow, if I remember correctly. And I think it's either tomorrow or the next day. I can't remember. I think it's tomorrow, but I figure I can give her, talk to her, let her know what I'm thinking. No. But Mom, see that look? She's like, but Mom, no. So, anywho, that's where we're at right now. Alright, I'm going to let you go so I can get a shower and so forth and get myself rolling with everything, and maybe get a little nap in too before I head out. I hope you all had a good Halloween. Oh, Friday was Nevada Day. Yay! Nevada Day is the day that the state was admitted into the Union, October 31st, 1864, by President Lincoln. And basically, of course, it was a political, maneuver with everything going on with the Civil War. So, that's the reason why what's it? Rebel Born. That's the state motto, Rebel Born. Of course, I would have to love Nevada. I'm such a rebel anyway. Even though it's a Union state, yeah, I know. Gosh, I miss her so much. I miss Nevada so much. I know, I was thinking about trying someplace else. I still love it there. I think it's beautiful. I've passed through there a couple times. I've never actually stopped and everything, but still yet, I miss Nevada. I love it there. I fell in love with it over 20 years ago, and it's been my home. Even though I'm not there now, I still consider it my home. I've done a lot of soul searching with it and everything, and it's my home. Period. Plain and simple. I love it, especially Vegas, And to tell you the truth, I don't think it would, because there's several places that I follow, like Beatty, Virginia City, that I follow up on Instagram, and every time I see posts, Ely, Nevada Northern Railway, some other places too that I follow from around the state, and every time I see them, it's home. It's not, yeah, majority of it, of course, the majority of my love is Vegas, but it's really the whole state. I love it. And I know that there's been like a lot of videos, a lot of reports and so forth coming out talking against Vegas here recently, with numbers being down and people saying that, oh, Vegas is dying and all this sort of stuff. One thing I have learned in the last 20 years, and I have been through it with the city, between the housing market crash, the pandemic, the shooting, and so forth, Vegas is resilient. Vegas is very good at reinventing itself and flowing with the times. That's why we came up with the slogan, Vegas Strong, and everybody else has followed suit, because we are strong. So that's why I love it. And I know that she will turn herself around and be stronger than ever. So, all right. Anyway, I love you guys. And it really follows in with me as well, because I know I'm a strong, tough-ass bitch too. Look what I've been through. If y'all knew what else I've been through and everything, yeah, I'm a tough-ass bitch, and I know it. I did get knocked on my ass a little bit. And yeah, I needed some help, and that's why I'm here. And now I'm coming back stronger than ever. So, I love it. Alright, I need to go. I'll talk at you all later. Love you guys. Mwah.